So 2 years ago, I told my family I was Muslim, and this is how they reacted. So I think it's important to mention that I don't live in the same country as my family members. So that kind of played an important role in preparing myself for what their reaction might be, because I knew no matter how bad they would take it, it's not that I would have to suffer immediate implications of their emotions from it. I could just come back to where I live now, and I didn't really have to deal with it that much. And same for them, no matter how much my life had changed or the changes that I was making, they wouldn't have to see these things every day or really deal with any inconvenience that might come from, for instance, me eating different kinds of meat than them. Also, my family is not the kind to be super worried about what's going on in my life and asking a lot of questions. So even the first year that I was just looking into Islam, I wasn't even Muslim yet, I was still making some adjustments and some changes, and they didn't notice at all. So it's not like it was something that was going to be super noticeable for them, at least in the beginning. I can't remember exactly who I told first from my family, but I think it was my mother. And she's Christian, and I knew that she would probably be a bit concerned or confused, but at the same time she had known that I wasn't Christian at that point. So it's not like I went from being Christian to Muslim and it was kind of a big shock for her. She kind of knew that I wasn't very fond of Christianity and that I read different kinds of books about different religions, and she knew that I just was interested in all types of different things. Of course, my mom is just a typical American Christian lady, and she doesn't know so much about Islam, or she didn't at the time. And she also had some of the similar prejudices and maybe concerns that somebody who has only heard about Islam or Muslims through a typical narrative would have. Her immediate concerns were just for my overall well-being and happiness, and making sure this was a decision that I really wanted to do or wanted to take, and that my rights as a woman were still protected, and I reassured her that they were. And after that, I think she accepted it pretty quickly. And she mentioned that I was going to be living a healthier lifestyle, and that was something that she was happy that I was going to do. My brother, on the other hand, he's older than me, but he doesn't subscribe to any kind of religion or religious beliefs. And he basically just told me that whatever I wanted to do, as long as it made me happy, he was happy, and that was kind of it with him. My brother's also a bit more aware of the kinds of narratives that surround Islam, and so he is also just interested in a more correct understanding and unlearning just prejudiced views. For my family, those were really the only two people that were really significant to me that I was concerned about their opinions on my entire decision. And other than that, my friends were really supportive. They were happy for me. I also have Muslim friends who were also very happy for me. And any of my friends or previous friends that weren't happy and didn't like the change in my life, they didn't stick around very much longer, and that was okay with me because my true friends did stay through this entire process. Now, on the maybe not so nice side of things was that it wasn't my family that I had an issue with, but it was also my family's friends that would make comments to them about my decision. And they would bring those comments to me, which a lot of times would be a bit hurtful comments or just really ignorant comments that just, it was kind of useless for them to say. And so this is something that kind of annoys me, which at this point, it doesn't bother me so much anymore because I just know it's coming from a place of ignorance or just being uneducated on Islam altogether, which it's not anything that I expect anybody to be super well educated on this, because I wasn't even aware of it before, so how can I be disappointed in people? But at the same time, it's the reality that I feel bad that my family has to constantly kind of hear comments coming from their friends or just people that they know. And yeah, it always gets back to me. I don't know if they don't understand that, but most of the time it does come back to me, and I can't say anything to it. I just kind of have to ignore it because my family knows the truth. They know what I'm like. They've met other Muslims at this point, and they know that what they're saying is not true. But I want to give my family a lot of credit for how far they've come in these past 2 years, and it really makes me happy to see that my mom, for instance, will always message me and tell me, oh my gosh, I told this lady Assalamu alaikum, or I saw a girl in a headscarf and I told her Assalamu alaikum. And yeah, it's just really nice because even though my mom is Christian and she's very firm in her beliefs, she does the most that she can to be considerate and respectful and to appreciate the religion. So that's how my family reacted, and let me know if you have any more questions.